The Courtroom Illusion, Navigating the Admiralty Military Bank. Why living beings cannot exist within statutory corporate courts. The court is a merchant bank trading in bonds and fake credits. Challenging subject matter jurisdiction before entering the matrix. Staying in honor, how to handle negotiable instruments and presentments. The first reality one must accept is that modern courts are actually banks, and living beings cannot exist within their statutory framework. From the perspective of the legal system, a living man or woman is considered dead or non-existent, only the legal person or corporate fiction is summoned. Because all current law is commercial and designed exclusively for corporations, living beings are viewed as hostile enemies of the state. These courts operate as Admiralty Military Zones, meaning they are courts of martial military law. By physically entering a courtroom, an individual is seen as trespassing in an Admiralty jurisdiction where only commercial vessels are permitted, leading to an automatic state of contempt. Entering a court signifies that an individual has stepped out of their private jurisdiction and contracted with a hostile military jurisdiction by default. True Article 3 courts no longer exist. Instead, these merchant banks operate under a statutory jurisdiction that cannot be found in the Constitution. Since there is no substantive money or constitutional law in these settings, the entire process is a commercial game. Court clerks act as bookies and accountants who bet on bonds, moving these negotiable instruments between military officers of the court and eventually to the global markets. Judges are actors working for the state, and attorneys are foreign agents who are technically barred from real constitutional courts. Law enforcement officers, including bailiffs and sheriffs, function as Interpol military officers hired to protect commerce rather than the people. To deal with this scam, a sentient being must handle the matter correctly from the very beginning. When a presentment or indictment is received, it should be treated as a negotiable instrument. By addressing the paperwork up front, one avoids contracting into their jurisdiction. Statutory courts lack subject matter jurisdiction over a natural living man, and this jurisdiction must be challenged immediately. Nothing can proceed until the court proves its authority on the record, which they are consistently unable to do when faced with a knowledgeable individual. It is vital to remain within one's private jurisdiction and stay in honor at all times. The system relies on trickery to coax a living being into a contract that grants the court jurisdiction. By staying in peace and refusing to participate in the controversy, the individual remains outside the corporate matrix. Understanding that the court's offer is a commercial one allows the individual to expose the underlying crimes and maintain their standing as a sovereign entity. Research and a firm stance in private jurisdiction are the primary tools for ensuring that the trickery of the merchant banks does not result in the loss of liberty or property.